Yes, that's correct. Even though we are not all the way through the third stimulus check package, it's not even been approved yet, but already 10 Democratic lawmakers are now on record as putting together the fourth stimulus check package. Now they're doing this based on a couple of different things and have some information on what could be included in it. And what they're doing is starting off right now, basically putting everybody on notice that they're going to go big with stimulus checks, unemployment, and all kinds of automatic stabilizers. Some of the things that this stimulus package number 3 does not have, and have some even more detailed information about stimulus package number 3, who qualifies and who doesn't, that just came out this afternoon. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind, covering the stimulus package update on this channel because it's of great interest to me. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the bell notification icon. That way you'll be notified when I release a new video, which I do pretty much on a daily basis. So if you want to follow along, make sure you are subscribed. A big shout out to my current subscribers that have been doing a phenomenal job of hitting that like button. Don't forget to do that before you watch the rest of this video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to support the channel, best thing you can do, again, smash that thumbs up button. All right, guys, well, let's get into it. So we got some numbers earlier today in terms of just how many people are getting phased out, no pun intended, from the much quicker phase out of stimulus checks regarding the income levels, who qualifies, who doesn't. That number is about 12 million people. Approximately 12 million adults will be phased out because they make more than $80,000 as an adult or $160,000 as a married couple. Now, this is exactly what Joe Manchin and some of the more fiscally conservative Democrats were sort of hoping for, to basically shrink down the size of this stimulus package and the number of checks going out to higher income earners or slightly higher income earners. And for the past couple of weeks, Joe Biden has expressed that he's okay with it. He's okay to listening to ways that they could further target these stimulus checks and actually get it into the hands of people that make the least amount or that might need this the most. And one of the compromises was that Joe Manchin wanted this package to be a little more targeted, thus lowering the income caps. But one of the trade-offs I think that was made was that he actually wanted to stick with the $300 per week unemployment benefit boost, but instead it's going to be written in as $400 per week unemployment benefit boost, and that extension is going to be all the way until the end of August. Now, one of the things that I've seen on the news and in a few articles recently is, especially from those that are unemployed, some of the frustrations that have been boiling up were the fact that some of these Democratic lawmakers or even some Republican lawmakers that have been working on these stimulus plans since last year have kept saying things like retroactive unemployment, retroactive unemployment insurance, and none of these stimulus packages have yet to include it. So it's one of the things that's been rumored to be in that fourth stimulus package, retroactive payments. Now again, who knows how far that will get, but it's one of the frustrations that has now been coming to the surface from those that are unemployed. And I can already hear in the comments section already people starting to type and people tapping on their phones. What about SSI? What about the $200 per month increase that was promised to Social Security recipients? Well, I have seen a couple of articles basically speculating that something like that could be included in this fourth stimulus plan. Obviously, nothing is set in stone, but I have seen that written a couple times, so it still may be coming down the pike. And the time frame for this third stimulus package is continuing to get more and more clear by the day. As it stands right now, Republicans are basically just trying to delay the Senate vote on this bill. From what Chuck Schumer said, it looks like they're going to try and get a vote on this bill in the Senate, possibly over the weekend, but it's looking like it'll probably be more like a Monday vote. This is just because some of the delay tactics that Republicans have been using, as well as just writing the whole 700-page bill, has to be done, delivered to the senators so they can read it ahead of time. So if that's the case, we're looking at a Monday vote. In all likelihood, it will pass, probably right down party lines, 50-50, and Kamala Harris casting that deciding vote, which is what they've been planning on this whole time since they decided to go with the Reconciliation Act. Now, once that happens, they're going to have to send it back to the House of Representatives. Why? Well, because the House of Representatives passed their own bill that included things like $15 an hour minimum wage hike. That's not allowed in the Senate. So they had to strip that out, and now the bill that they're going to have to pass is going to go back to the House. But Nancy Pelosi and Steny Hoyer both have said there's really nothing egregious that the Senate is going to change that they won't go ahead and vote for. So when it goes back to the House, it will most likely pass, and from that point, it'll go to Joe Biden's desk. And what they're hoping for is to do that before the March 14th deadline, yet another unemployment cliff that they've been battling, well, basically since last year, it seems like. And at that point, I will then be sharing videos on timeframes in terms of when we could actually expect the money in our bank accounts, the checks, the debit cards, when they're going to be in the mail, and so on. The IRS said they now have a system to fast-track payments, so we shall see. And as soon as that happens, talks are going to begin about the fourth stimulus check package. Now, this is something that Joe Biden, his administration, the Democratic congressmen have been talking about for several months now. In fact, even since Donald Trump signed the previous stimulus check, the previous stimulus package for $600 checks, Joe Biden said, well, if you elect me president, that $600 is just going to be a down payment. There's going to be a lot more where that came from. And with what I'm seeing and what they're writing up, they're sticking with their go big philosophy. So as of right now, 10 Democratic senators have outlined a few things that they want to include in this fourth stimulus check package. I actually mentioned it in one of my videos, I believe this morning and yesterday. $2,000 monthly stimulus checks per person until the end of the pandemic. And I've mentioned this in a couple of my videos. There's really nothing that I've heard or have read that signals what they actually justify as the end of the pandemic, what type of numbers they're tying it to, unemployment, GDP, things like that. However, what is also being considered for this fourth stimulus plan is automatic stabilizers. This is basically a system where if unemployment reaches a certain level, a certain unemployment boost or a certain unemployment extension would then go ahead and kick in. This is also where they're talking about retroactive unemployment checks. So if you were unemployment during a certain time period, you would basically get compensated for all that back due time that you were on unemployment and didn't qualify for a $300 or a $400 check, or basically didn't qualify for any unemployment for various different reasons. And you can bet that just like the first, second, and third stimulus package, there's going to be yet another round of paycheck protection programs. In this third stimulus package, they actually allocated $25 billion specifically for restaurants and bars as a grant program to keep them up and running. Many have said that, well, that's a good first step, but that's really just scratching the surface compared to the business that they have lost. So in this fourth stimulus plan, you can bet that there's going to be something like that also written in. And of course, as the speculation is running wild now, how are they going to pass a fourth stimulus plan when they needed to do the Reconciliation Act, and it still barely got by the House of Representatives and will probably just barrely get by the House using the Reconciliation Act? How are they going to pass a bill that's the same size or possibly even twice as large through Congress? Well, some of the speculation is that they're going to be doing a lot of things that Republicans want, but still get the spending numbers that they want, or actually go through the reconciliation process yet again. Because remember, they can do the reconciliation process. It's not unlimited. They can't just do it anytime they want, but I believe it's roughly I think I heard that they can use this process 2 to 3 times per year. And back in, I believe, 2017, the Republicans used it several times to get a few things passed that they wanted to get through. So no doubt that the Democrats are going to do pretty much the same exact thing in order to get their stuff through. But like I said, that's kind of all speculation. But right now, it looks like it's kind of go big or go home. But I want to know what you guys think. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the fourth stimulus plan. Now you guys have been doing a great job. In fact, I don't really feel like I need to ask for your opinions in the comment section because I get a lot of opinions in the comment section. But regardless of which side of the aisle you lie, regardless if you're a stimulus seeker or a worried fiscal conservative, no doubt you have an opinion on this. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you giving it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.